Hi, Gretchen here. Today I just wanted to share with you something that's been on my mind a whole bunch lately, and that is how I can grow in my faith through my workouts. I'm sure like many of you, I've read and I've heard people talk about how you can find holy moments or how you can grow in your faith and just like everyday motherhood, like be it doing your laundry or grocery shopping or, wiping kids' noses, whatever it is, that you can find holiness in just your everyday tasks. But it got me trying to think about, is it possible to find holiness in my workout? And it kind of just got me thinking about, trying to pull my whole life together, so that everything is very congruent, because the book, The Charge, that we had just finished reading, one of the things that Brendon Burchard talks about is how you need to have kind of like this congruence in all areas of your life, how everything is kind of building to the same thing. So I was trying to figure out, like, how can my fitness or my workouts help me grow in faith? And it got me thinking about this video that I watched a few years ago by Bishop Robert Barron. And the video had nothing to do with moms, but the video was about seminarians. And it was about how there's this basketball tournament of sorts among a whole bunch of different seminaries. And it had been going on for like 15 years. And these seminarians would form basketball teams, and they would have, like a full up tournament of all these seminarians playing basketball. And the really cool thing about the video is not, it's neat watching seminarians playing sports and stuff, but about how the seminarians talk about using basketball as a way to become a better priest and a better seminarian and just grow in their relationship to God. So when I started thinking about this week, I thought, you know what? Like, that's a perfect example. These seminarians are following their vocation to become priests. Similarly, we are following our vocation to be wives and mothers, right? So why can't we all use athletics to grow in our faith and use the example of the seminarians? Now, through the video, there were basically three main ways that I saw that the seminarians used their fitness or their athletics through basketball to grow in their walk with God, to grow in their faith. Now, the first one is straight up discipline. That one's kind of obvious, but I think is really easy to overlook. To be a good athlete and to meet your goals in athletics and with your health and fitness, you've got to follow rules, right? You've got to have some self-discipline, and you need to do the hard work even when you don't feel like it. And that's really similar to our walk as Christians, right? There are a list of, rules, but, the Bible and God tells us what we need to do and what we need not to do. Whether it's going to Mass on Sunday or saying our prayers or praying for our enemies, whatever it is, there's a lot of things in our faith that we're not going to want to do, that are hard. But we have to do them anyways to grow in our faith. And that's exactly the same in athletics and sports. The second, the priests talk a lot about human formation. And there's this one quote that I'm going to read you where one of the seminarians says, and I quote, "I play basketball so I can be a seminarian. It allows me to stay physically fit through soul and body, so I have to take care of that as a gift that God's given me." And he goes on to say, "Basketball is serving a purpose in God's plan, in God's mission in my life." And so again, I think that this is a great way, human formation of just us as people. We're going to be better mothers, better wives, better friends when we take care of us first, right? When we become fully human and we go through the blood, sweat, and tears. That's going to push us to our limit, make us rely on God more, and it's going to help us in our walk with God, with Jesus. And finally, it talks about, I think the third way that the seminarians found that they could grow in their faith and become better seminarians in basketball was through community. And this is huge, because the basketball tournament that they're talking about, they were talking about how it brings them together and they are able to focus their energy together. And I thought, a lot of that same thing that we can do through fitness whether it's, we have a running group, whether it's, like one of the challenge groups I do, whether it's a group of friends that you go walking together or riding bikes, or it doesn't matter what you do, but if you get community through athletics, once again, there's another place for God to work in your life and for you to be present in community. I mean, throughout Scripture, we're called to be part of community, right? So why not use athletics to get us into community a little bit more so we can grow in our faith? So this week, my new series is going to be kind of exploring this topic of faith and fitness a little bit more. Tomorrow, I'm super excited. We're going to get into some saints. I'm excited to learn throughout the week. As a convert, saints are something I'm still learning a lot about, so hopefully we can take this journey together. But next time you decide to go for a run, jump on your bike, press play, just think about how not only are you taking care of your body, but how you can offer this up and grow closer to God through your journey as well. Hope you're having a great week. Have a blessed day, and thanks so much for tuning in. Take care.